So today we've got a unique multi-tool. This is from Solingen, Germany, and I'm sure I'm butchering that name, but it is from the Voss cutlery industry. And this was made probably from the 50s to the 70s, somewhere in that time frame. It's a very unique tool in that it is very lightweight, only has a couple options, and it's very pocket friendly, except it doesn't have a pocket clip, but there's plenty of room for you to add one on either side. So let's go over some of its functions. So first of all, you've got a knife right here, got a knife, and then you also have a file, which is really beat up. Again, these are no longer made, so you'll have to either buy these on eBay or at an antique shop, something like that. Then you have a long screwdriver, this very large screwdriver right here. Now, again, keep in mind, these are developed around the time when I guess you don't have the Phillips need for that very much. So keep that in mind. Now, this is I'm trying to keep it from blinding you, but this is a very bright multi-tool, very shiny. It's shiny everywhere. So what we have is this spring right here, and then we've got some spring-loaded pliers, and then also we do have some wire cutters as well right here. So we've got some wire cutters on the jaw right there. Then this does say DGM at the top. Then we've got blunt nose pliers. So one of the things that does interest me is some of these older multi-tools actually do use blunt nose pliers. So that does seem to be more popular, perhaps than some of the older ones. And I feel like it's more in recent years where needle nose pliers, just everyone sort of expects multi-tools to use them. And it seems like there's dislike if anything else is used for the major head of the multi-tool. So more recently, needle nose pliers have really stormed the market. So that's interesting, but take a look at this. So this is, again, very similar. This is the Marbles version, and this was called the safety pliers. And can you guess where they got their design? So what we have right here, again, we've got this spring. We've got essentially the same design right here, just a copy, just like this, spring-loaded pliers. We've got a blunt plier head. Again, we turn it around, and then we've got those wire cutters at the back as well. We've got blunt pliers as well, very small, but they're blunt nose pliers. And then let's take a look at the tool set. So what we've got in the tool set is we've got a knife right here, and again, non-locking. And then guess what? Surprise, surprise, we've got a large flat driver, and we've got a file. Now this one is brand new, and so the file's not all messed up, but that's what we have. And then Marbles has added a couple things, or they added a couple things to try to make this more current. So they added inches right here, and then they snuck in a little Phillips screwdriver. So they tried to update the design, make it more modern, and that's what they did. So this one actually comes in, I believe this comes in about exactly the same. So these are essentially the same weight right here. So pretty amazing how light these tools are, and very thin as well. Very thin framed. Again, the Marbles looks a little bit thicker perhaps, but very similar right there. Very similar. So again, both of them are blunt nose. Both of them have essentially the same tool set. So very unique right there. Now the Marbles multi-tool is not made anymore. So as I think I bought this a couple months ago, and it was still on Amazon, but it's all sold out now. Perhaps I got this off eBay actually, but eBay now has put the price up. It was like $22, and now they put the price up to almost like 60 or 70. So this sold for around 20 some dollars. So I would not pay, any more than 25 for this. Marbles, a lot of their stuff is very cheaply made. So this one actually feels better than some of the other tools I've handled, but keep in mind that it's not a super expensive tool. So don't pay too much for it on the used market, but it is a fairly cool replica of this older design, and they're both very pocketable. So again, I would, if I was going to carry this, I've got so many multi-tools, so I don't think I'll go the trouble, but I would just probably put on one of those pocket clips from Night Eyes where you could just stick on, and then could have this plier tip down in your pocket. So that's probably what I would do. All right, now why are these important? Well, part of the reason that I think these are important is I really like how some companies are taking outdated used designs and trying to update them and still keep them alive for younger generations. So I really wish we did have some of the Chinese companies instead of just copying Leatherman. That's nice for some of us if we can't afford Leatherman, but you know, Leatherman wave after Leatherman wave, Leatherman surge after Leatherman surge copy. It does get old after a little while. So I would like to see some of these Chinese companies instead copy some of these designs from the past we can no longer get. So that would be really cool if we would see maybe some limited runs of these again on the market. And perhaps like that Barnett pocket plier tool that I talked about some time ago, some other old designs. I think that would be really unique, and I'd like to see that. So let me know in the comments below, what are some old multi-tools no longer made that you basically can't get that you would love to see brought back on the market?